Hey everybody, Streaks Foxtrot from Foxtrot Breedables. The other day I put out a video and I was telling you we're going to have some updated trait pages. So let's go over what those updated trait pages are going to look like. This is something I've been excited about. This is something we've been working on for a little bit. And once the whole team got together and we kind of put our talking points all together, it all kind of gelled and the scripter got it done pretty fast, and I'm very proud of where we're at. You can see it no longer says traits by percentage, it says traits by numbers, because no one ever looked at the percentage column. I don't even know if you guys knew there was a percentage column at the time, but it would be like there are 6 on the grid, which make up 0.002. No one cares about it. They just want to know there's 2 on the grid. So we took all the percentages out, so now it's just traits by numbers page. And we're going to show you some definite changes we've made. Pandas are entering Generation 3 today, and to show you kind of what we wanted to do was to make it easier for you to find specific traits quickly and to find information quickly. So we're going to start our little journey here with the cute and cuddly panda. Foxtrot's newest cute and cuddly panda. You see we have it separated into classic traits and modern traits. So the classic traits are on this side and the modern traits are on this one, and we're going to see, if you go to classic traits, you're going to see all of those coats that came before. Let's look at classic eyes. We've been repairing almost 7,000 pandas. And as you can see, these are the eyes. These are non-passing trait and limited edition trait. None of these will pass. That means we rebuilt them. We gave them back to the customers as they were, but they don't get to perpetuate those coats or textures anymore. Like, this is it. They're on the grid. You can find them, but we've made them super rare. Some of them, as you can see, only have, the 2020 zombie green brains only has 9 on the grid. Here's one, the majestic camo hot pink. There's only 1 on the grid, so there's some value here as a Foxtrot product for the limited value. But Seb, I'm a new breeder. I never did the classic pandas. Cool, we've got modern trait lists separate from the classic ones so that you can take a look at the eye traits if you want. You notice today is the first day of Gen 3 for pandas, and already we've got gumdrop eyes. Gumdrop blueberry, gumdrop cherry, gumdrop lemon, and gumdrop winter mint each all have 1 on the grid. And if you were looking for that gumdrop eye, maybe preparing for either a waffle coat later on, or you maybe want that sparkly eye on a different coat, these are going to be wonderful additions. You can see we have 40 aqua eyes in the grid, 41 ash, 38 blue. We're keeping pretty good counts. 44 orange, 32 yellow. And our high roller here are the naturals, the charcoal, the chocolate, the classic. But we really don't have anything up over 200. So right now counts on modern traits are pretty low. And that's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to get MUPAs in Gen 5. Gen 4 doesn't unlock a lot of stuff. We're giving you a little buffer zone in Gen 4 to try to move traits around. You want to get a solid red panda. You want to get a solid jet panda. People have already started projects, and I'm so glad to hear about them. And I've even gone to see some people's projects. They have things stacked up ready to go, and they're trying to analyze and figure out how to do Foxtrot. And moving those traits around is not an easy endeavor, but it can be done. There are some people who are really good at trait transitioning. Our CSR Red, she's wonderful at it. If you need advice, please reach out to her and say, hey, I'm trying to make a solid jet panda. Do you have any advice? I'm sure she has some. She's wonderful. Silence can also help you. I'll be happy to give some input. But you can see here. Let's look at teeth. I clicked my video recording, not my website. You can see there are 35 green teeth out there, which look to be the lowest count on the grid. So green teeth, someone been eating their bamboo. We can look at bellies. And these are all the modern traits. And you're seeing them at a glance. You're not getting inundated by so many traits all at once. Same with classic traits. If we go back to the classic trait list and look at belly, look, 1, 2, 1,000. Daffodil, default belly, 1,138. There's a lot of those, but there's only 3 of this one. There's only 5 of this one. There's only 10 of that one. So, and there's only sky blue. There's only 356 of those. So there are ways to look up classic traits and modern traits with Panda. We thought separating them would make smaller lists to make them easier to kind of piecemeal and get through. Okay, the big one that's been the real headache with the traits page is the green garden because there are so many flowers. We have 84 total flowers in the system. Let's show you what we've done. Flowers have their own category: plants, mushrooms, crystals, reef, and pumpkins. You'll just click, you'll pick the flower you want. Let's look at some hydrangeas. They've been around for a bit. And then I can come down here and pick color. And when it loads, and look how quickly it loaded so much faster than it did before because we're not loading every single flower onto one page. So here are your colors. You can see we have 563 reds. We have 1 white purple on the grid. There's a lot of rarity in green garden because there are so many flowers and so many color options that in green garden there's a chance that everybody's kind of maybe has a rare. There is so cool. There's a 1 blue black on the grid. 1. I would love to see a blue black hydrangea. I bet that's gorgeous. Let's go to bat pumpkins. Bat pumpkins, we are a tricolored flower. You'll notice it cleared hydrangea off once I chose bat and it chose color. Green, green, green would have been the original releases. 311 on the grid. There are 15 pink, green, pinks. And look how many different ones. Red, green, green. Yellow, pink, green has 2. So we're putting Green Garden into more bite-sized pieces so that you can see the data unobscured and not in that long list that we've had. And it's been really nice to see that sort of change. So crystals. I wanted to do a moonstone. So, you know what needs to be in crystals too? I think I need to move the crystal rows over. Crystal flowers should probably be under crystals. But the moonstone, there are green, pink, red, and yellow out there. You see there's only 6 yellow moonstones out there. There are like 7 other colors. There are 6 other colors of moonstone. Guys, gotta get on that. There's gonna be someone who gets the black moonstone. Ooh, it's gonna be pretty. Let's go to reef. Let's look up the oyster. The oyster. It legit is just a little oyster with a pearl. And it looks like we've got yellow on the grid. Someone's going to find that blue oyster. It's beautiful blue. And I hope they name it Cult. Blue Oyster Cult. One of my favorite bands. The thing with this is it makes it a lot easier to, like I said, it makes it into more bite-sized pieces. It makes it easier to take care of and transition with. What about other species that have multiple species selectors? Bunny is the big one. They have 8 species total. So now, if you want to see the rarity of a coat, not only can you see how many are on the grid, but you can see how many for the exact species you're looking for. We'll look at bunny and we'll find a coat that might be on someone else. So let's look at the bunny, the standard rabbit. No extra traits. Looks like there are... Astrids are in Gen 6, so this might be our winner. There are 43 Astrid blacks that are rabbits. Let's look at the jackalopes then. Jackalopes are just rabbits with antlers. And we're going to go to Astrid black. 26 are jackalopes. Jackopotters, which would be antlers and tusks. Astrid black. There's only 2 Astrid black jackopotters out there. When it comes to jackopotters, only 2 of them are Astrid blacks. So if you're trying to do a project with bunny species, this is important information to know. In the overall scheme of things, Astrid black is a pretty common coat, because if we look at all species, excuse me, my goodness, if we look at all species, come on. It wants me to keep looking at jackopotters right now. And I'm so excited that you can tell this. Astrid Blue has 2, Astrid Night has 3, Astrid Pink has 1. In the overall grand scheme of things, Astrid coats appear in Generation 6 for all the species that have them. So it's nice to be able to see that. And see, it took it a while because we're loading coats for everything. Astrid Black. Let's go on down. Astrid Black, 86 on the grid. So 20-ish are rabbits, 20-ish are jackalopes, and Astrid Pink 62, only one is a Jacopotter. So we are distilling this down so you can see full counts, but you can also see, based on species, what the counts look like and if that's a project you want to pursue. So we're giving you more avenues for data. And I think as a breeder, having more avenues for data is better than less. So we're giving you easier to handle data sets, quicker loading pages, better dissemination of that data. And I hope that this helps bring some change about with Foxtrot. You'll notice this subspecies selector in things like our donkeys, because they have a donkey and a donkalope. You'll notice this, so donkalope and donkey. You'll notice this in our equines, where you have thoroughbred and American pony. You'll get this in even our butters. So even our legacy pets get this update. This is the entire trait page. Common, dragonfly, luna moth, monarch, morpho, moth, and swallowtail. So even our butterflies are getting this treatment. And butterflies have species-specific codes. So you may not see something on a swallowtail that you'll get on a monarch. So when you're species selecting, it's really great to look here. I hope this helps. We're going to hopefully have this turned on tonight. I'm so excited for it. Look for this change tonight into tomorrow. We are going to turn it on sometime today, and we will transition from our current trait pages to trait pages like this one here. If you have suggestions or feedback, your feedback and suggestions are always welcome here at Foxtrot. You can submit a support ticket and say, given some feedback, given some suggestions, and just type your suggestions in. They will come to me. Thank you so much for being the best breeders on the grid. Be kind to each other today, and as always, be kind to yourself. Thanks, guys, and I'm so excited.